Welcome back to All My Yum's Kitchen, and if you're just coming across my video for the first time, a warm welcome to you. In today's video, I am going to be making this tomato sauce with chicken and smoked turkey. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already done so. This sauce is so versatile, you can pair it with so many things, so let's get right into it. In this pan, I have my chicken and I have removed the skin of my chicken. I always do that to reduce the amount of oil that I'm consuming and the amount of calories because I am into weight loss, so that's why I always remove the skin. So if you want to keep the skin on, it is too. Next, you want to season your chicken. I've added in some seasoning powder. You can make use of your knorr cube, you can make use of your aromat or whatever seasoning that you use for meat. I'm going to be adding lots of spices into this chicken because I do want them to be really tasty. So I'm going to be adding my mixed herbs. I'm going to be adding some thyme, some curry powder as well. So all we are trying to do is to build flavor. I added in some diced onion, then I proceeded to add in my salt. I mix everything together and I put in a twig of rosemary. At this point, I'll put the heat on medium heat and cover it. While the chicken is steaming, I'll go ahead to prepare my pepper. So I'm going to be making use of these bell peppers. I have about 4 of them there. 1 medium-sized onion. I have my chunk of ginger and I have my roasted garlic. So I've roasted this garlic in the oven for some time and it just brings out a different flavor and it makes your stew taste extra. So that is going to be going into the blender. I also have my chilies here and you want to adjust that according to your taste. So this is how much I'm going to be adding into mine. Next, I go ahead to prepare all the peppers. You want to remove the seed from your bell peppers. This is because the seed can make your stew bitter. So remove the seed and put everything into the blender. I'm cutting the ones that are big, so blender can work easily. I'll remove the stalk from my peppers like this. These peppers, they're not very spicy, so if you're thinking that's so much pepper, trust me, it is not. Now I go ahead to prepare my onions, cut it from both ends and remove the skin. Give it a quick rinse and put everything into the blender. I'm going to be adding my roasted garlic at this point and it smells super delicious. In fact, I have to confess I had to snack on a couple of them because they tasted and smelled really good. Anyway, that's on the side. I want to make sure that I get every bit of garlic out of that skin. Next, I'm going to be adding my canned tomatoes. I'm making use of peeled plum tomatoes because I find the chopped one a bit more sour. So this is what I'm going to be making use of, and I'll be making use of 3 cans. So what I do is to blend this all together and I would boil them down. My food processor has a boil function, so I would be boiling it in this food processor. But you can always do this in a clean pan, just put it on the stove to boil down. Next, we're going to check on our chicken now, and if you notice, the chicken has brought out its own juice. And at this point, I'm going to proceed to add in my smoked turkey. So the chicken has been boiling now for about 20 minutes and it's looking good. The heat is not too low and it's not too high, so the juice is just perfect. So I'll just add in my smoked turkey at this point and I try to mix it in a little bit and then I'll give it a cover and allow it to steam for another 10 minutes. If you notice, I didn't remove the skin of the smoked turkey. This is because that is difficult to do and also because it brings in extra flavor, so we leave that. After checking on the chicken at 10 minutes after, this is what we have. The protein has boiled together and they are ready to be fried. And I'll be making use of my hair fryer. You can do this in your oven, you can do this in your deep fryer. But because I am health conscious, so I try to reduce the amount of oil that I consume. So while you're frying or grilling your protein, you want to place another pan on the fire, add some cooking oil, some diced onion, some diced ginger, and bay leaves. And I'm going to fry this on medium-low heat to all the aromatics into my oil. Next, I added a knob of tomato puree. This is an optional step. If you don't want it, you can leave it out. Now checking on our pepper has boiled down, has greatly reduced in moisture. It's not totally dry, but that is fine because I don't want it too dry. Next, I'm going to be adding my boiled pepper into this oil and aromatics mixture like this. So don't worry, I'll list all the ingredients in the caption. I didn't make use of all the pepper mixture. I kept about 1/4 of it in a bowl, allowed it to cool, and stored that in my freezer. So this is what we have right now. I'm adding in some extra flavors, some curry powder, some thyme, and give that a quick mix. If you have watched up to this point, thank you so very much. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Put on the notification bell as well so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So checking on our chicken and turkey right now. This has air fried for about 8 minutes. I'm not going to do it for any longer because the chicken is already hard. So I'm checking on the sauce right now, and at this point I turn off the fire because it is going to be splashing on me while I add the chicken. So you want to turn the heat off and add in your protein. Then add in some chicken broth. This you should have from your chicken when you boiled it earlier. And we're just going to use that to loosen this a bit and to allow the chicken to cook because we don't want it to dry further. This is not a fried stew, so I want a bit of looseness to it, not so much. So at this point I check for the salt and I decided to add a bit more salt. Do this according to your taste. I gave it a mix again to make sure everything is well distributed, and then I covered it and allowed this to simmer for about another 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, I removed the cover and then I replaced that with my splatter guard because I wanted it to evaporate a little bit quicker. But if you don't have a splatter guard, you may just leave your cover on it. You don't want to leave it open because it's going to splash everywhere. So I cooked that with the splatter guard on for about another 3 minutes, and this is what I have. And at this point, my kitchen is smelling oh so gorgeous, and everybody is wanting to eat rice. So this sauce can be eaten with your white rice, your spaghetti, your boiled potato, even with bread. Yes, we do eat this kind of thing with bread in Nigeria. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to put on the notification bell and do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Don't forget to leave me a comment as well. I would love to hear what you think. As for me, I think it looks really good and I can confirm it tastes super delicious. And for the fact that it is versatile, you can pair it with different things, makes it even more special. And also you can freeze this, you can keep it in the freezer and bring it out for when you need it. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will be seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.